Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my very great pleasure now to ask you to welcome to the stage the Rabbi Joey Grunfeld. Okay, shh, 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 shh. Quiet, please. Shh, 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 shh. Shh, 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 shh.
Chief Rabbi and Rebbetzin Lau, Dayan and Rebbetzin Aaron Troy, Dayan and Rebbetzin Gelly, Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Pack, ladies and gentlemen. The story is told of three brothers who left their family home to seek their fortune. And they were all three extremely successful. And one day they met in a restaurant, and each one told the other what they had done for their aging mother. Josh said, I bought mother a 20-room mansion so that she should be able to live her rest of her life in luxury. Ben said, I've bought mother a Rolls Royce with a chauffeur. You know how much she loves shopping. She'll be able to shop in style. And David said, I've bought mother a talking parrot. You know that her eyesight is failing. She loves the Bible. All she has to do is to say the first few words of a verse, and immediately after, the parrot will finish the verse anywhere in the Bible. And all three were very satisfied with themselves. 3 months later, they met again in a hotel, and they had received a letter from their mother. And it read like this: Josh, what do I need a 20-room mansion for? I can manage on 2 rooms. The corridors are drafty. This is ridiculous, a waste of money. Ben, you think I go shopping anymore? A Rolls Royce? You think I need it? The chauffeur sits in the yard and he drinks beer and he smokes cigarettes and the radio's blaring. I can't stand the sight of him anymore. Oh, but David, I can't tell you. The chicken was delicious. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a nice Jewish family joke. And there are many Jewish family jokes, and I'll tell you why. Because Judaism is rooted in the Jewish family. Witness the night of the 15th of Nisan, thousands of years ago, when the Jewish people came out of Egypt as a people for the first time, and what they were asked to do, they were asked to partake of a family meal. Parents, grandparents, children, grandchildren. And for the last 3,328 years, we have been sitting at a Seder night every single year, surrounded by our family. But that is not the only family mitzvah, the only family command. There are many which involve the family. And one that comes to mind is the mitzvah, the command of honoring your father and your mother. And the question is asked, why is this mitzvah put on the right-hand side of the tablets? We know that the right-hand side of the tablets are devoted to laws between God and man. Don't worship idols. Don't take my name in vain. Keep the Shabbos. On the left-hand side, we have laws between man and man. Don't murder. Don't steal. Don't commit adultery. Surely, the law of honoring your father and mother, which is a law between man and man, child and parent, should be on the left-hand side. And I once saw from Rav Samson Raphael Hirsch, the great thinker of the late 19th century, and he said the following: if parents were only providers, that means that they have brought us into this world, they've clothed us, and they have fed us. If they only were providers, then the place for this mitzvah would be on the left-hand side, because that's a law between man and man, child and parent. But, said Rav Hirsch, parents are not only providers. Parents are transmitters. Judaism depends on a transmission process from Sinai, passed down from generation to generation. It's called in Hebrew the Shalsheles HaKabbalah, the chain of transmission. Until the redaction of the Mishnah, most of the laws were oral, and they were passed down from parent to child, from grandparent to grandchild. And therefore, if a child does not respect his parents, and he won't listen to them, and he won't listen to what they have to say, then he won't accept what they have to say. That is the most dangerous thing that can cause a breakdown of the transmission process. A breakdown of the transmission process is a law between man and God. And therefore, the mitzvah of honoring your parents is on the right-hand side, because we're not just providers, we're transmitters as well. Ladies and gentlemen, seed prides itself on being both timely and timeless. Timely because we believe that we have to move with the times, and we have to be able to adapt. Timely and timeless is a title which the late Chief Rabbi Yakovovich coined. We are timely because we adapt. We are timeless because everything which we present is rooted in our Torah and Torah values. We are at once classic and contemporary, ancient and relevant. And let me tell you that 20 years ago, we did not run seminars entitled Raising a Jewish Family. We didn't run parenting courses. We didn't run relationship courses. But today we see parents struggling with their children on so many fronts. And therefore we feel that we have to adapt and program our programs to cater to those needs. There's a danger of a breakdown of transmission, creating wholesome families. There are so many problems. And so we have adapted our programs. And so we have a seminar entitled Raising a Jewish Family. And I can tell you that people think that today Judaism has nothing to say to a 21st century Jew. And they come to our seminars very wary. What do we have to say? They've heard from a friend that it might be a nice seminar, and they come. And they walk into the seminar wary, and then they see me. And their jaws drop in horror. I don't know what it is. Look at my tie. This is a beautiful blue spotted polka tie. My suit is a very well-cut suit. It's not single-breasted, it's double-breasted, but it's a very well-cut with its suit. I don't know what they want. But I do know they take one look at my face and they say, "Oh God, look at that frummer." And they're ready to turn tail and run. I don't know how many couples have told me that. The trouble is they can't run. We place our hotels so strategically that the way back is too daunting. They can't face a journey back. So they are forced to stay with us over Shabbos. And you know what happens, ladies and gentlemen? Shabbos works its magic. And our lectures work their magic as well, because they are timely and they are timeless. They are ancient and they are relevant. Judaism speaks louder and clearer than ever before. And they realize that what we have to offer them belongs into the very heart of their own homes. And the seminars are just one of the jewels in the many varied programs which we offer to parents, always to parents, not to children. You have them on your table. I hope you've read them. Just name just a few: Poland trips, Israel trips, one-to-ones, babies and bagels, home groups, communities, the Seed Shul. And all these are masterminded and directed by our very own Rabbi Malcolm Herman. He is the architect of all our programs and directs brilliantly both our London branch and our Manchester branch. He is absolutely brilliant, and he's more or less running the whole organization. That's the truth. And I must mention the fantastic team that he directs both in London and in Manchester. The educational team, the administrative team, they're totally motivated and dedicated. I feel proud to work with such wonderful, wonderful people. And we are always looking for partners who not only share our vision, but share our perspective as well. And we have found them. And I want to mention our flagship program, which is our school programs. We have a presence in 9 schools. For the last few years, we've had a presence of 9 schools, lecturing, Hebrew reading crash courses, parenting courses, and we've had the most magnificent partner in the Wall Foundation. Trustees of which are Professor Mrs. David Lachman, Mrs. Ella Lachman, Daniel Dover's here. I cannot thank them enough in public for the funding that they have given us for the last 6 years, magnificent funding. We would not be where we are today without them. And just over a year ago, through a pioneering friendship of Herman and Miriam Martin, very, very young couple, we placed in the Sinai Primary School, which is the largest primary school in Europe with 600 children, we placed our first family educator, Rabbi Daniel Sturgis. Our first family educator. Let me explain to you what this means. Until then, we had a presence outside. Now, which is a simple but beautiful idea, we are considered, our family educator is considered a member of the school staff. And Mr. Robert Leach, who's the head teacher, has embraced this. And so we come in, Rabbi Sturgis comes in the mornings he meets the parents, in the afternoon he greets the parents. He offers programs in school and outside school, but he's a member of staff. And so people give him their trust. It builds trust. It's a fantastic idea. And now we place Rabbi Bazak in the Woolston Hillel School. And the head teacher, Mrs. Kirsten Jowett, is also here with us this evening. And in September, we're going to a 3rd school. Imagine we would roll this out in 9 Jewish primary schools in London and then in Manchester. Do you know what an impact that would make? A family educator who's a member of staff. It's wonderful. We've got thousands of children in Jewish schools. But if there's no connection between home and school, if there's no backing by the home, then we will not succeed. There has to be a link between home and school. And when we have a family educator who's a member of staff, that creates the link between home and school. I just want to mention one more program because we're all very excited. They've just come off the program. It's just finished. And that's the Jenny Daigle Links program, which is funded by Malcolm Daigle in name and the memory of his late wife, Jenny. It's a beautiful program where we link mothers with daughters, bas mitzvah daughters. They have a 10-week program, and that culminates in a wonderful trip to Israel. Last week, 25 mothers with 25 children, daughters, 12-year-olds or nearly 12-year-olds, came home from Israel so excited, so exhilarated, with a heightened realization of what it means to be Jewish. And that is run by our indefatigable, dynamic Joanne Duff. Ladies and gentlemen, we are always looking for new partners. Tonight, you are our partners. There are 700 people in this room, and close to half of them are participants of our programs who want to give back to the community. I know you will do your utmost to help us at the end of the evening, won't you? Finally, I want to give a thank you to a very, very special couple, and that are our hosts, Sharon and Jonathan Goldstein. Ladies and gentlemen, some people are talkers, some people are doers. Johnny and Sharon are real doers. They feel passionately for the Jewish people. They feel passionately for Israel. And when they get stuck in, boy, they get stuck in. They lead by example. Once they'd agreed to be hosts, they were right in. They've been planning this dinner from the very beginning with us. And we've had meetings in their house. And I must tell you, it's a very unusual household. I don't know how to put this. I don't know if you know this, that the chief executive of Kane Hoy Enterprises, which is part of Guggenheim Partners, highly successful, which won the Finance of the Year 2015, there, Jonathan reigns supreme. At home, I'm not so sure. They're a great couple, a joy to work with. And I want to make a presentation to you, Jonathan and Sharon. Will you please come up? This is something really magnificent. We commissioned it. It was created by Ronnie Weiss, the up-and-coming artist in Israel on Judaica. This is a Mishaberach, which is exquisitely written on parchment with beautiful borders. The Mishaberach, which we say before Musaf. Are you listening, Johnny? It looked like you were talking to Sharon again. I'm giving you a marvelous bracha. Look at this magnificent. Look at it. Look at it. This has been commissioned by the artist Ronnie Weiss. I'm just going to read it. It's the Mishaberach before Musaf. I won't read the whole thing. May he who bless our forefathers, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, bless all who faithfully occupy themselves with the needs of the community. May the Holy One, blessed be he, give them their reward. May he remove from them every affliction. May he bless all their endeavors with success, together with all Israel, their brethren. Amen. To Jonathan and Sharon, Sea Dinner Host 2016, we salute your remarkable commitment to the community and to the Jewish people. You work tirelessly and selflessly. It is true leadership by example. May Hashem always favor you and your family with bountiful bracha. With grateful thanks to Rabbis Joey and Malcolm and the Sea team. Mazel tov. May you have only nachas from your lovely children, because that's what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, I've only got 15 minutes. Yes, sorry, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the main course. And by the way, I want to tell you, the chicken is delicious. Actually, it's beef. It's beef. And they're the most wonderful whiskeys and wines which are provided for your pleasure by an anonymous donor who is very, very close to sea. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation for Rabbi Grunfeld.